Hello, hello, hello. It's a brand new day, and this is our morning connection. How you doing this morning? I'm Skip LaCour. I'm so glad you are here today for our morning connection. Here it is, bright and early, our daily check-in, our daily ritual. Just you and me, just two men going through the journey of life. Doing this live on Facebook and on Instagram. So when you come onto this live broadcast, say hello. I love it when we say good morning to each other as we start our day. And I know that you're watching at all different parts of the world. It's afternoon, it's evening. It doesn't matter when we connect. We do our mental toughness conditioning. That's what I call it. We check in. It doesn't matter when we do it, as long as we do it today. So make sure that you say hello, say good morning. I'm going to acknowledge you, whether it's in a moment, I'm going to do that, or whether you're on Instagram or on Facebook. I'll do it throughout our live broadcast or when we log off throughout the day. So make sure that you say good morning. We're building a tribe here. Again, mental toughness conditioning, that's specifically designed for older men. That's who I cater to. That's the journey that I'm in, and so many men have come along for this journey. Give you some things to think about as you start your day, waking up with your game face on. I hope you did that. I hope you went to bed thinking about one thing you can do today that would put you ahead in one way, shape, or form. All right, so we wake up excited for the day. I want to bring some of that excitement and passion to you. Hey, during this connection, I want to talk about how to be more charismatic. How to be charismatic. That's what I want to talk about in today's morning connection. Our ritual, our discipline, our habit. Give you some things to think about. And when I was thinking about what can I talk about? What do we as men at this stage of life, what can get us to think about, add more to our lives? And a couple of things when I do this live broadcast and I connect with you, maybe we've talked, is at this stage of life we're looking at things maybe a little bit differently than I was thinking about how to be more charismatic, how to be charismatic. I mean, what's the purpose of all that, right? I don't know about you, but at this stage of life, it's all about using my gifts and my talents. I say this as a way so we seize each day with a sense of urgency and passion, is that we got more time behind us than we do in front of us. And now is the time to take advantage of all of our talents and our abilities, because if we're not going to do it now, when are we going to do it? And maybe that puts a little bit of angst. Nobody wants to think about the end. But sometimes if we just kind of remind ourselves, we'll take on each day with that sense of urgency, being more charismatic, how to be more productive, all the things that I get you to think about to take with you to your life. For me, it's just all about if I'm going to use it, I got to use it now. And these things help me think about it because I want to produce more for you. I want to produce more for my family. And these things just get me to think about. So, I don't know what I would have thought about, some of the topics we talk about, how to be charismatic, how to be happy, more organized, or all the type of things that we talked about. I do it in a different purpose. There's a bigger thing that I want. And my family is a very important part of why I get myself produced, why I get myself to constantly strive for more and more value to add to you. Think about that too. Like I said, all of this information that I talk about, everything, it's just about to become the best that we can be. What are our reasons why? And a lot of men, they relate to this message, come back for this mental toughness exercise every day, just for the same reason. So that's the frame that I bring all this thought-provoking information to every single day. So how to be charismatic, that's what I want to talk about in today's morning connection. All right, so let's see who we have with us here today. We're on Facebook, and I'm going to get to Instagram here in a moment. Doing this live this week is when I started doing on Instagram. Coming just for a few minutes every single day, again, just getting some things to think about. I love the numbers over on Facebook, building that tribe. For those of you on Instagram, we've been doing this since the beginning of the year, every single day, checking in with you, giving you some things to think about. Masashi, how are you today? Masashi asked me, how was your first VR workout experience? If you look on my Instagram and on my Facebook feed, you see that Ryan DeLuca and Preston Lewis, Ryan DeLuca of bodybuilding.com fame, he and his brother Jeremy and father Russ, they developed bodybuilding.com. A lot of people in our industry know about bodybuilding.com. They formed that way back, their dream and vision, 1998, and you see what it built up to be. And so he was in San Francisco. Ryan, now they've sold bodybuilding.com. Now he's another pioneer in virtual reality and and fitness too. Now Preston Lewis, his co-founder, I mean, he's a young guy too, both very young and very ambitious, very accomplished in the digital marketing area, media. And so they got together, maybe the last few years they were at bodybuilding.com, and they came together to create virtual reality and fitness. And I joined them in San Francisco yesterday. They came to town. That's where their flagship, Black Box VR, is what they call it, Black Box Virtual Reality. It's a virtual reality gym. It's really interesting, the setup there. And so, they put you in this whole little world. It's like a video game and a workout. It's it's a very athletic. It really pushes yourself. It's a whole stimulating experience because you're in this virtuality arena, so to speak, playing like a video game. And it was like I said, a real stimulating workout, very sophisticated technologically. And I would love to have one of those in my home, right? Like I said, sometimes with weight, you have that weights in a gym, you have these, kind of static setting. This was very visually stimulating, making the time to go by, and it was like I said, a really good workout. All the different training, how they have that set up, felt very, very athletic. So, big shout out, big thanks to Ryan DeLuca and Preston Lewis, and I wish them so much luck on the cutting edge again for the future with this virtual reality. So thank you for asking. Thank you for asking, Masashi. And again, I posted that on my social media platforms. You can see the pictures of me working out there. Hello, Danny from France. Good to have you here. Kenny, good morning, sir. Yeah, let's see, who else do we have going here? And then we'll get on a topic. How to be charismatic is what we're going to talk about, give you some things to think about. And I see those numbers going up on Facebook. I think that's our most live viewers over on Facebook at the time. That's awesome. I love seeing that. Now, let me see who we have here on. I want to say hello to you on Instagram. So glad you're here. Pete, good to have you here. All right, I'll see you guys as you guys scroll through here. All right. All right, so let's talk about how to be charismatic. Right? First of all, what I've done a little bit of research, so I don't just always think about this at 3 o'clock in the morning and do this show. Think about what are some topics. What do I go through? What are my men who are one-on-one coaching? What are the topics that we talk about as we grow personal development? Again, this is personal development for older men. And so I came up with that topic. Hello, Ansara. Good to have you here. I came up with that topic, with a list of topics, how to be charismatic a while ago. And that was one I kind of put off for a while, right? And the reason why there's a lot of these topics that I talk about that, I feel I'm pretty well versed. I put in my time and effort. I've got some reference of success. The whole how to be charismatic thing, though, that one I said, well, do I judge if I'm charismatic, or do the people is that something you would judge if I'm charismatic? And I thought about that. I don't know if it's in your control, or you should worry about if other people are judging you as charismatic. But that is a great quality to have. to be charismatic, to draw people, to be attractive. And I'm not just talking about physically attractive, although being attractive is highly influential. And you can only do so much with your genetics, right? But you can stay in shape, dress nice, be attractive physically. There's no doubt about that being attractive is influential, getting people, at least partially into your ideas, buying into your ideas, right? You got so much value to offer other people. You don't want to be the best kept secret, right? You want to sell your ideas. You want to influence and persuade people because you're bringing them to a great place. So being charismatic, drawing people into your energy is a great quality to have. Being attractive physically helps out with that, right? But I'm talking about, what about your personality? Attracted to both men, women, not as a sexual thing, but they're just attracted to your ideas and your energy. They want to be around you. Right? You don't want to be the best kept secret. You don't want to just work hard and hope that people see the tremendous value. What are some things that you can do to help that process along, because you have so much off the world? How can you be charismatic? All right? Again, the first thing that I was thinking about is that it's you versus you, and if the world decides or a group of people decide you're charismatic, well, that's just how it's played. I don't think there's anybody on the face of the earth that it could be judged or viewed as charismatic to everybody, right? Everybody doesn't appeal to everybody, and that's fine, right? And so, the biggest thing that I was thinking about when it comes to being charismatic is doing your thing. I mean, what excites you? There's a book that I read many years ago that really had an impact, one particular point they made, and the book was called Shine. It was by Lee Thompson, and he was a Hollywood producer, executive type. And he talked about, in school, when a child is really good in a particular subject, maybe like my daughter's really creative, my son, he's more rough, tough, got some ideas, sports maybe, right? A lot of boy-girl qualities, right? In school, what they do is when you're really great at something, they kind of have you de-emphasize that. And if there's things that you're challenged with, they really get you to work on your weaknesses, right? And the point of the book, the point that he was making, Lee Thompson, in this book, Shine, is that, when you work on your weaknesses, the best you're going to do is become average and acceptable there, right? If those are your real weaknesses, you're just not talented in those areas. But if you work on the areas that you're talented, you put more and more energy on that, you'll be unique, you'll be outstanding, you'll make an impact in the world, you'll be more charismatic, right? So, think about that, what are the things that you're great at? Are you really leaning in and just letting it just flow free? I mean, it's what you want, what you're good at. Do you recognize? Are you okay with the possibility of just accepting the fact that you're awesome in particular areas, so that you lean in and get better and break it down and more distinction? If you're into technology, you really geek out. If you're really into fitness, you really take it to the next step. You really learn more. You share it with other people. Or do you have this sense that, well, I got to play myself down. I'm not really that good. There's always somebody better. There's a higher level. And there's always people maybe who are more charismatic than me. And you don't own it. You own that. You love it. You own it that this is your superpower, your talent. All right? Or are you just, being humble about it and you're not leaning in? Because when I think about it, I can't judge if I'm charismatic. Again, that's for other people to judge. But I think about who I am attracted to, who I find charismatic. And I'll tell you, it's somebody, and it's whether it's something that I'm interested in or not. When I can just notice the mastery, the time, the effort, the passion, the love, they just can't help it because it just oozes out of their body, right? They're doing their thing, right? To me, that is what being charismatic is all about. And so how can we take that home, right? What can we take away with it? Are you playing yourself down? Have you done a lot of work? Are you naturally talented? You're gifted in certain areas. It would be considered your superpower if you didn't push it off in an effort to be humble, not appear that you're too cocky or something to other people, too arrogant. And you're not even acknowledging that you are awesome, amazing, you're talented in one area. right? Because if you don't really recognize that, if you have, whether it's conscious or not, you're playing that down, how can you lean in? How can you accept your power and get better and better and better and be be charismatic, where people are just drawn to your energy because whatever it is, whether they do it or not, they just say, wow, that guy is crazy passionate about what he does. I want to be around that. Hey, I might not want to do what he does, but I want some of that energy, right? Or are you maybe a little too self-conscious without thinking about it? You're worrying about your weaknesses and spending a lot of energy trying to bring those up and neglecting the things that could just make you charismatic. Are you afraid to talk about it? Like, I talk about this too much, right? Again, they don't want to hear about my kids for the 82nd time, even though I love my kids, their lives, giving them everything that I've learned and to make their life better. I think about it, I'm passionate about it. It drives me, right? Oh, but I'm going to tone it down because, people, they don't want to hear about my kids. Oh, they don't want to hear about my fitness and how I just love breaking it down and the thrill of the gym and sharing my knowledge with other people. Think about it. I mean, we're only blessed with, so much talent in so many different areas. We only have so much time on this planet. Are you toning down those things that you're great at? Are you not even allowing yourself to say that you're great at them? Are you not working on them to be better and better and better? Do you just want to share them with everybody and just get so excited, right? So that the people who love it, who want some of that, they will find you charismatic. But more than that, you get to share, you get to step in. We only have so much time on this planet. Are you fully allowing yourself to enjoy it, to send off that energy? Do you give yourself that permission? Where you spend a lot of time working on bringing up your weaknesses and staying humble because, it might offend other people, or you think that they might not want to hear what you have to say. So, we could go on this topic like forever, right? I know there's a lot of men who are really passionate about fitness, really passionate about leading, about making an impact on others, about their families. Those are the type of men who are attracted to this morning connection. All of my personal development for older men, all of this mental toughness, all of my fitness information, workouts for older men, right? Making their impact, leading other men, taking advantage of their gifts while they have it, their family, right? Fitness. So if that sounds like you, come on, lean in, right? We'll talk about it. We'll share our passion. Hey, I'm a person who can admire that charisma that you put off by just leaning in and just loving what you're loving even more and not being afraid of just jumping into it. So, that's probably, the best thought-provoking discussion I can bring up when it comes to how to be charismatic. All right, so let's see who's joining us. Fitness, Exu, Medhill, Raz Call. Good morning, Aaron Madax on Instagram. So glad you are here. Mirko, good to have you here. Peter says, charisma is in your control, being charismatic in others' perception. That is very true. That's a good summary of what I was trying to communicate. Probably doing a great job of helping me out there. But great point. And, letting your charisma, your energy come out. And if people love that stuff, they're going to find you charismatic. But I'll tell you this, and this is just my perception. You tell me if you agree. And it kind of goes to this topic of charisma, is that, I might not agree with everybody's opinion about what they do, how they do it, or their views of the world. Even maybe their values may not be the same as mine. But when I see someone who's committed, they do their work. They've done their work for a while. They're bold. They're proud of what they do. They're certain about what they do. Again, they're not just talking. They are committed to whatever their ideas are. Again, I may not agree, but they have my respect. They have my respect. To me, that is charismatic. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Jeff, good morning to you, sir. Good to have you here. Brian, I'm going to read that comment, Jeff, that he talks about. Brings up the topic. It's a good topic. But Jeff is bringing up a topic. I'm going to go into this more. What I've learned about life is when we have these optimistic dreams that we're working for, again, to get the most out of our talent and ability, right? What I found for most people, what really drives us to do the things we know we should do, right, to get to higher and higher levels, it's usually not these feelings and emotions that we've never felt before, but we think if we felt them, we would be happy, right? Because normally, we're at a certain point, we're at a certain level of happiness now, okay? All right? If you think about for you, what really has stimulated you, driven you to become your best, to finally do the things that you could have done before, it's usually when your back's up against the wall. You feel pressure. There's a certain amount of pain. If I don't do it now, I'm never going to do it, okay? If you think back in school, right? And then when you finally do it because of that pressure, just to, take one more minute, one more hour, just make the call, take a risk, all right? Step outside of your comfort zone. You really realize you could have done that a long time ago, but you need that pressure, that pain, to get you going. I really think that pain is one of our superpowers to get us to take action. Here's the thing about it. Once you've accepted it, and then you've learned, hey, I can do this. Why did I wait until I felt this pain? And then you stepped up and you realize that you can do it. Then you have it forever. Then it's not painful anymore, all right? Pain is a great motivator, and it's probably the primary motivator that gets most people to do everything if you really think about that, all right? So where this ties in is when I talk about, hey, we got more time behind us than we do in front of us, right? That's something I talk about. And Jeff brings up a great point that he believes that if you go there in your mind by the more time behind us than in front of us, it's kind of maybe not the most optimistic topic in the world, okay, right? That he believes that the actual cell of his body and goes there. And I'm assuming by that if he thinks about that, his cells will start dying, okay? And again, this is something I've thought about a lot too, all right? Yeah, again, knowing that, when I get up in the morning, I hug, I love, I connect. I come to you at 3 o'clock in the morning, even when I don't feel like it, because I'm thinking about a bigger picture. Because how many times have you let 3 years go by and you just didn't use your talent and ability, right? So it's that happy balance. You do what you do. I tell you, as I work with so many men around the world, the reason why they step up, the reason why they step and get going with their diet, they finally get in shape. They finally get to the gym. They finally start taking action, maybe even call me. And I want to talk about my 12-week fitness transformation real quick too, is because that mantra that I have that gets me going, if you like my amount of energy, if you love the stuff that I'm talking about, if you love how much I come to you on a continual basis, it's making an impact, and you wonder where I get this energy from, where I get this motivation to keep on trying new things, right? I'm telling you, I realize I've got to do it now, all right? So, hey, you take your choices. It's really helped out a lot of men. But I get that point, Jeff. I get that point. That's something that I consider. I've even talked about that point with my wife. Good point that you bring up there. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Again, I'm having my 12-week fitness transformation journey that's specifically designed for older men. It's starting next month. I spent this week talking to so many men just like you. Go to skiplecore.com/transformation. Fill out that questionnaire. I will connect with you. I'll text you. Then we'll set up some time to talk, 10 or 15 minutes, to see if it's a good fit for you. Go to skiplecore.com/transformation. Do that today. Let's talk this weekend. All right, those spots are filling up. I want to get it all situated. So just reach out if you're the slightest bit interested. Go to skiplecore.com/transformation and fill out that questionnaire. I look forward to talking to you. It'd be nice to get you on this journey. Maybe now's the time for you to finally take action and get your health and fitness, take that to the next level so you have it for the rest of your long life. right? Hello, Arjun. All right, so that's going to do it for today. Hey, remember, we got to take advantage. We got to seize the day. If we're not going to do it now, when are we going to do it? Let's love, let's connect. Let's keep our bodies fit, eat, exercise. All right, let's produce for our family your legacy. All right, take advantage of your gifts and talents. Do what you can to put off your charisma to the rest of the world, right? Be more charismatic. All right, everything in life runs in patterns. Fitness, business, whatever it is you want. Relationships, everything runs in patterns. Some are more complex than others. Some of them you figure out sooner than others. But they're all just a matter of patterns. That's an empowering belief that I have when I'm a little slow. Why can't I figure this out? I've seen other guys figure it out. Everything runs in patterns. You can figure it out too. Even if the pattern you want to figure out is how to be charismatic. All right. So, hey, expect the best from yourself today. Expect the best from your efforts. Expect the best from other people. They will get you. They'll see your charisma. They'll find you charismatic. All right. Expect the best from yourself. Expect the best from your efforts. Expect the best from other people. How can they not get you? You are a force to be reckoned with. Have a great day.